Yo, welcome back to the Nerds with Glasses podcast, your number one gaming podcast on YouTube. I am your host, Knowledge.
And I'm Javi. In case you guys haven't known, we have an app, guys.
The GOP app, you can find it on the App Store, on the Play Store. Just type in GOP, you'll see our logo. It's a little person. Poltergeist looking. Yeah. Don't ask us how we got it, but it just stuck with us, all right? But yeah, you can download our app and you can follow our podcast there and follow all our other videos there too. All right, so this week, I think the most important thing... Well, first off, last week we couldn't do the podcast. We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah. We did it kind of late anyways. Our schedules this month have been really
off.
Messed up.
But we should be back on track.
Yeah, hopefully by August.
Yeah. So there's some stories that might be from like a week and a half ago but we really wanted to talk about them. Mm-hmm. But the first and most important thing is...
For everyone that is on YouTube.
For everyone that's on YouTube... Finally, they're pretty much dissolving Google Plus. There's no longer gonna be connected. It's gonna still be around, but what I mean,
they're not getting rid of Google Plus.
Yeah,
but they're just getting rid of its association with YouTube.
And that's the only reason it exists. That's the only reason it ever mattered for anything because.
I was worried for a while that YouTube was gonna go down.
Yeah, when it first happened, and I remember specifically, I had my channel even then, and I think the comments and likes and dislikes dropped by like half when Google Plus was finally officially required because people they didn't want to go through that wall of having to make a Google Plus profile. So I think.
I remember, didn't it ask when you first made it, they had asked you to please put people in your circle. You're like,
yeah,
bro, I just want to get into YouTube.
Yeah, I don't want to put people in my circle. I don't want to put my likes or dislikes, no profile pictures, shit. It was and it sucks, dude. That's the worst part about it is that I over time, I like how it's been integrated with YouTube as far as it's just easy to, once you're logged in, it's like it's not even there. It's just part of YouTube. But the actual Google Plus, I never just go on Google Plus and talk to people.
Yeah, but it's one of those things no one's on it. I'm sure if you had a bunch of people and you actually used it for a week or two, you'd be like, okay. Yeah. Okay, this is fine.
I know the one thing that people do though it was the Hangouts feature, where it's kind of like Skype calling people, but it just makes it really easy and convenient.
Oh, so it's an easier Skype because I don't like Skype too much.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's not even that it's hard or anything. It's just I don't know.
You just don't prefer it. Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Granted, I prefer texting and actual AIM. Remember AIM?
Yeah.
I prefer that.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I used to be on that all the time. That's all I use Skype for. I don't like video chat with anybody. I just AIM people. Yeah. But I think that this means a lot for YouTube. My first question is it too late? I mean, YouTube either way prospered. Even with the Google Plus, so YouTube is not in danger. But is it too late for it to help YouTube again? Does it matter anymore? Did people just start making Google Plus pages anyway?
Well,
regardless?
I mean, we have a lot of people that we complain about because they don't have a Google Plus.
Yeah.
So we can't comment.
Comment back to them.
Yeah. So I mean.
And that's the worst. It's always the people you want to respond to, and you can't.
Not necessarily that. Yeah. It's the people why you suck so much? Really?
Oh, I suck. Okay, motherfucker.
This account is not connected to Google Plus. It cannot be replied. God.
Yeah. My thoughts were just that I don't know if it's gonna matter so much anymore. Like I said, when Google Plus was implemented, the likes and comments dropped in half.
So you're saying, so your question is if it's going to go back up?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously it's not going to, like I said, it dropped in half. Does that mean it's going to double now? No, it's not. But
are we going to see some kind of increase?
Do you think so?
I think so. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people didn't even so many people just watch YouTube videos just to watch them,
Yeah.
But that wall was really fuck. I don't care. But I'm sure there's so many people that have tried commenting and they're like, please make. I'm like, no, never mind. I'm good.
Yeah.
So maybe those people start now that Google Plus. Granted, I don't know how they're gonna know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I guess if they're new to YouTube, but it's who's new to YouTube now? Who doesn't know about YouTube?
Anyone born now.
Yeah.
From this moment, they're new to YouTube. That's it.
I'm guessing YouTube will probably do some like advertisement about, not advertisement, but
they got rid of it. Yeah, like, they're not gonna do that.
It'll let you know, like, oh, you can sign in. You don't need, and that was the other thing about that too, was if you guys don't remember, before it wasn't only the fact that it was Google Plus, but the fact that it was only Gmail too. Because that was the other part of it, and a lot of people have Gmail, so a lot of people didn't complain about it. Gmail is great, but before, like, my first account was with a Yahoo account.
Yeah, I think I had mine on AOL. It's gone now.
Yeah, like, and you could do it on all those accounts before, and then slowly but surely, along with the Google Plus, you can only use Gmail. So that shut off another people who, like, other people was like, I have my email, it's my Hotmail, like, I'm not gonna make another.
I mean, it made sense why they were doing that. They have their own email. They want people to use that.
I get
that makes sense, but you can't monopolize it like that.
You cannot force people to do that. Like
people that had a Gmail made a Yahoo just to be like,
I'm not doing this shit. I'm done with Google. Yeah, that's the number one lesson that. It just happens all the time, over and over and over again, and yet they don't learn it, is that you cannot force this on people, or people will reject it. Like, it doesn't. I understand YouTube has no competition, so that was their whole theory behind it. I'm sure they were just sitting in the office around all the executives and just like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. We own YouTube now. There is zero competition for YouTube, and there really is. There's all those little other sites like Vimeo and Daily Motion, but those are a blip.
World Star.
That
one, yeah.
But those are connected to YouTube.
Are they now? Yeah. Okay.
The videos are on YouTube. Yeah.
Now, they're like, you know what? We don't need to host our own thing now.
Yeah.
We just.
So, like, I'm sure the executives were just sitting around a table and just like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Like, we're just gonna increase everything, and now everybody's gonna be using Gmail and Google Plus. No, it's terrible. Google Plus.
Unfortunately for them, they're not the video game market. Video game market can do whatever the fuck they want.
Stop, Bobby. You're just throwing jabs. No, it's true. It's so true. It's like, $20 DLC for a helmet. Yeah, people will pay.
Yeah, exactly.
And they will pay. All right. But my second question with that, before we move on, was: is Google Plus dead? Is it over? Is there no point to Google Plus anymore? Are they just eventually?
I think their dream about taking over Facebook and every social media, that's done. That was done as soon as they started. Actually, not as soon as they started. As soon as they, like you said, did the force everything together.
If you're Google, do you find a different use for Google Plus? Do you sell it as something else?
Maybe or do combine it with Gmail?
Yeah.
Don't make it forced. Make it like
an optional thing.
Like make the interface a little bit different. I guess you can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Gmail's still good.
That's a good idea.
And actually, because Gmail is something like that social. YouTube was the thing. Like, YouTube didn't need that social thing because it was already its social media.
Yeah, it's true.
They had no reason for that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were to instead of maybe for Gmail, they don't need to make it combine with Google Plus, but just make features that they had on Google Plus and add them to
Gmail.
Yeah. Yeah. But also don't change it too much, because then people are gonna be mad anyways.
You know what? I really like that idea. That makes a lot of sense. I can see them still doing something like that, because at the end of the day, it's
because they have the infrastructure there.
It's there, yeah.
Use it or get rid of it.
It's just it's so sad because. I hated it when they implemented it, and I
think a lot of people did.
Yeah, everybody. I think all YouTubers did, and it sucks. It's nice that they backtracked on it now, 2 years later, but at the same time, it sucks because everybody in the world told them it wasn't gonna work. You know what I mean? And then they kind of backtracked YouTube because of it. YouTube is still huge, still the biggest, but I think that it could have been even bigger, because not having comments and likes and stuff like that affects videos. That affects it a lot. And well, it's whatever. I mean, fine. At least they finally realized the mistake that they made. Backtrack. Now fix it, and we should be good. Move on. And I think Google Plus I think what's going to end up happening is that it's going to end up just being dissolved.
Yeah, and like the main thing, like you said, like I was just thinking about it again, like the whole forcibly. I was just thinking about the way Facebook does it.
Yeah.
Like so many things you can connect your Facebook to it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
But granted, those things aren't owned by Facebook. I'm sure if Facebook owned it, they would probably do it forcibly.
No, but here you got to remember too, Facebook has done it. Has forced you to do things. But when that has happened, people at Facebook have thrown riots and shit. Like, you know, I remember the number one thing that I remember I was back when I was in college was Facebook changed the news feed. They created the news feed for the first time, like so that you can see all the people who you like are friends with, and you see the news feed, right? And what they did was your privacy was like. You can see if you're like if I were looking at some girl's picture or whatever, and so it would say like Miguel is looking at Christina's profile.
It's like the poke, except all the time.
Yeah,
like,
so
as soon as you click on their profile, it's like you just got poked.
Yeah,
by.
And it was like, and then so you look in the feed, it's just like, oh yeah, Javi's looking at Jennifer's profile, and you're like, no, not like,
and then Jennifer's boyfriend's like, bro.
No, more like Jennifer's like, he's been looking at my profile often, you know, like he's browsing through my pictures often, and of course. I think I remember that I'm right with this number. 10% of Facebook users at that time, 10%. That's a lot of people at that time signed a petition for them to not do that. And of course, Facebook had to backtrack, but they backtracked in like 2 weeks. Like
yeah, Google's almost there.
Yeah,
2 years.
It's a big time. They had to backtrack right away because it was just like, dude, like. I don't even want to be on Facebook anymore because I can't Facebook stalk people. Yeah. Like that's the only reason I had it. Just so I can pretend that I don't care, but then I'm really like just looking at their profiles all the time and shit.
Yeah, but then again, Facebook kind of like it's its own thing, you know. It has to please it. Like as soon as that happens, it has to please those people.
Yeah.
You know, something like Google, it's like it has so much going for it. It's like.
We're Google. Yeah.
So whatever. You not know who we are? that petition you signed is gone.
We destroyed the petition. But along with Google Plus, you know, we're thinking about this too. Was about the YouTube gaming thing. So like YouTube started its own competitor to.
And this we knew about. We had read about last week.
Yeah.
And so the Google Plus we just read about.
Yeah, but we actually thought about that, and we're like, and you said it. You were the one who said it. You're like, I'll tell you this, Mike. If I have to sign into Google Plus to get into the YouTube gaming website, I'm done. Like, I'm absolutely done.
So they knew they somehow had access to our podcast, which had no audio. And knew what we said.
They knew they were listening because they're fucking have spies everywhere.
But yeah, so the YouTube gaming app. It's not an app. The YouTube gaming is going to be a site that's similar to YouTube.
It is an app too, by the way.
Oh, it is? Okay.
But I mean, it's just like, I know what you're saying. But like, yes, one of the main features is that it's an app.
It's going to be its own portal, right? It's going to have its own homepage. It's going to be attached to YouTube.
Exactly.
But it's going to have its own, it's going to be live stream. Gaming mostly, if I'm not mistaken.
It's gaming.
Okay. So I wasn't sure about that. Because, you know, Twitch, you could do a little bit more. It's mostly gaming.
It's a gray area. It's supposed to be, you know, gaming related. I guess
exactly gaming related.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's what YouTube gaming is going to be. Gaming related. It could be someone, you know, doing a podcast, a live, you know, like 16 people do.
Yeah. Because they can't moderate that. There's too many people. They can't.
And they wouldn't. Why would they?
Yeah, I mean, of course, what they moderate is like sex and you know, like all that stuff. But
because but you know, because like they can't like. They're not gonna stop someone from like, for example, Attack of the Show. Kevin Farrah has a podcast on Twitch.
There you go. Exactly.
I don't think he plays that many. I mean, he probably plays games, but it's about gaming. It's about, you know, pop culture and gaming. Yeah. You know. If something like that was on there, they wouldn't be shutting that down. Yeah, unless it was, you know, like you said, vulgar or something.
Yeah, like and it wouldn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm. But now our question is, how is this gonna be? Is this gonna be YouTube gaming versus Twitch? Is this what's gonna happen now?
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's, I guess this news about Google Plus just put another notch on YouTube gaming. Because here what it comes down to is that we're comparing these things. It's like, okay, Twitch is the king of the mountain, the same way that YouTube is the king of the mountain on the video front.
And something we didn't think about last time was if you look at these social media, there's only one at the top.
Yeah,
like there's a bunch of them, but only one that you really know about.
Yeah, and their respective things.
Yeah. So now YouTube has been associated with videos in general.
Yeah.
Twitch is mainly associated with gaming.
Live streaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right now, the biggest thing on YouTube is gaming.
Yes.
So it's just going to be one of those weird things that now that it's going into the same realm as Twitch, which I mean, technically they're both in the same realm already.
Yeah.
It's just, the live streaming is definitely different.
It's a different experience. That's absolutely true. Yeah.
So now that these two guys, I mean, like, YouTube is like, I think in their respective things, like you said, they're head to head.
Yeah.
Even though they're not in the same area, they're still like the top, the king of the mountain, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's gonna be YouTube's gonna be trying to come in on their territory.
Are they gonna be? What's gonna happen? Yeah. Are they gonna be successful?
There's a Syndicate, huge YouTuber, streams.
Huge streamer, yeah.
And I mean, exactly, he's a huge.
I know
streamer.
both. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
Both.
So he's top of both of the king of the mountain.
Yeah. Who's he gonna side with?
If that happens to be the case.
Yeah, and he probably has a contract with Twitch, I imagine,
exactly.
to live stream. Yeah,
he puts his live streams on YouTube, which is YouTube has done that. Like, I'm curious, are they gonna stop that?
Are
they gonna not let you? Because right now you can just straight. I think there's a connection, right? That
like Twitch and YouTube are connected. You can immediately archive your Twitch live streams onto YouTube. Like, they're interconnected if you want to connect them.
Is that going to be cut?
Yeah. No, I don't think they can do that.
I don't think they can do that, but I'm just saying, I think if it comes down to it, they would.
I hope that they learn from Google Plus that they can, because people's reactions are too critical in this.
And then YouTube has people like PewDiePie, who's like pretty much untouchable.
Yeah.
Like, in the sense, like, I mean, granted, I don't know how much money he makes compared to other top YouTubers,
Yeah.
But I'm sure he makes quite a bit more than most of them.
Yeah.
There's a baby shower going on.
Yeah.
It's not anyone dying. They're playing one of the games.
Yeah, they're going crazy. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
So PewDiePie, who do they have someone like that?
Yeah. Well, I think they're lining up a bunch of people, and I think that they don't need the kings of the mountain. I don't think they need Syndicate. I don't think they need PewDiePie and all those people. It'd be nice to have them, but I think if they can get a bunch of Rad Brads, Ghost Robos, like if they can get a bunch of the million subscriber guys who currently don't live stream that much, they dabble in it. But it's not like they're just like, we're live streamers. They just dabble in it because they have such a big fan base. If they said, oh, we're going to live stream, people will come to Twitch, I think that's what they need is a bunch of middle tier guys.
And I'm hoping that that's going to be the advantage with Twitch.
Yeah.
It'll be easier for them to just, because right now, there's that whole thing with Twitch that, like, you'll see a Twitch streamer, and if they have their YouTube, it says, I'm streaming live now.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be much more prominent if a YouTube gaming streamer is streaming.
Yeah, and that's the advantage, is that, like you said, Twitch is the king of the mountain in live streaming, and YouTube is the king of the mountain in videos.
Yeah, like I don't even know what to categorize YouTube in. It's
okay, so in video streaming, in VODs, let's say, videos on demand, but that doesn't mean that they're the same.
No, it doesn't.
Because the thing is, YouTube is like Michael Jordan, like king of the mountain, and like Twitch is still like college level king of, like, University of Kentucky, when they, like whatever. It's
like first round pick.
Year, Yeah, it's like
MVP already. Like they're already calling it.
Yeah, because it's not comparable, because it's just the fan bases are
and that's the other
different.
crazy thing that something. Because I really want to see, like, I want to have, like, I don't have a comparison. We don't have a comparison right now. But just number of traffic wise.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure YouTube gets a lot and Twitch gets a lot.
Yeah, because what's it called? Twitch gets like 56 million unique viewers a month. I'm sure YouTube gets like a billion, like you know, like so, and for gaming, and like, and not even like for other shit, for gaming,
right?
You know?
And the thing that I think Twitch doesn't have, or that YouTube has over Twitch, is that Twitch is kind of a niche. Like,
yeah, it still is.
It's gaming is somewhat respectable now. Not even really. It still isn't, but it's. People, it's at this point, it's like the people that are doing it is like, fuck you, I don't care.
Yeah, like whatever, I'm making money. Fuck all you.
Exactly.
Like,
you know, it's
mad
like, it's
at
like
me.
early, but it's like early sports. Like, you know, like people are like, what is this? This isn't what you should be doing. And like, I don't care. I'm playing a game and I'm getting paid.
Leave me alone, motherfucker. Leave me alone.
Yeah. So that's something that YouTube has over, because it has a lot of, like, a lot of shorts, like a lot of really good content besides, just gaming and stuff like that. It has like original content. And all that. And Twitch is fine. I mean, it has its, and people love being entertained, and streamers are great at that.
Yeah. Good streamers.
Good streamers, right.
Good streamers. Yeah, I think that the things to keep an eye on, just to summarize, is one, YouTube is way bigger, and if it's connected to YouTube gaming is going to be connected to your YouTube subscribers. So if you have 300,000 subscribers, that's 300,000 potential people who might see the message. And you know what I mean?
I'm also curious, like, because YouTube, changes like every, like, right now gaming is the big thing because PewDiePie is on top, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember, gaming has been pretty big on it too. But now, recently, especially with PewDiePie on top, is when YouTube was like, okay, let's recognize the gamers even more. More so. So what if someone else, like, what if like all the top, whatever, like, I don't know how many are in the top, but let's say PewDiePie and maybe there's 3 others in the top 10.
Yeah.
What if they get knocked down to 20?
Yeah.
So YouTube will start catering to whoever's on the top.
Yeah. Well, that's something I don't think that they don't need to worry about for a while, because
that's true.
I think the 2 biggest things on YouTube is music and gaming. And music, because of Vivo, they can, like, the official channels, all the official artist channels get billions, millions, and billions of views. But other than that, like, you can't even post a song. Like, you just get like copyright strike. You can't post shit. So I think those 2 things will stay on top. There's other things out there, like a lot of like I don't know what you would call them, but like vloggers, just kind of like pranks and stuff. Those are really big too, but it's not like gaming that is just so, like, gaming has a bunch of huge people, pranksters has a bunch of huge people, but gaming also has a bunch of middle tier people and a bunch of small people. You don't really see a bunch of just middle tier pranksters.
Granted, we're mostly for the gaming. We don't go looking for pranksters.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you're right, but you just know. I mean, they know. That's why they're making the YouTube gaming, because they know.
Yeah, that's true.
They fucking know. And I think YouTube gaming has a real chance here, especially if they take off this Google Plus thing, because if they can link all the subscribers to the new streams, then boom, that's initial already. You already have, and now they just got to impress people.
Yeah,
the layout looks.
Yeah, some people get 100,000 views in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
imagine 100,000 viewers.
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah, like on Twitch,
or maybe maybe like 50,000, because some people like the videos, whatever. But whatever, still that's.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, we both know it's not gonna be a direct correlation, right? We both know, like, if you get 100,000, that doesn't mean you're gonna get 100,000 viewers, but it's just that potential is there, and we don't know how it's gonna play out until it's actually activated. It's supposed to be up by like August, like end of August. So we're gonna find out. And I just think it's really interesting, because it could be a real game changer for YouTubers, because people who do gaming YouTube now have another avenue to make money off of, and it will just grow the community even more. Of course, it will throw Twitch by the wayside. Like, Twitch might end up becoming the fucking MySpace of this era. Like, it could happen, because Twitch is not exactly the greatest fucking like, the actual live streams are great, chat is great, but like, their VOD structure is terrible. That's gonna be good on the YouTube side. It's impossible to search for shit. Like,
it's gonna be one of those interesting things too, though, is how much Twitch is gonna obviously they're gonna have to step up their game.
Yeah.
Oh, if the YouTube one is good, if it has the same comment system as before, it's done.
Yeah,
you know, besides Google Plus, comment system needs to be good.
Because the comment system on the current YouTube live streaming, just a regular, it's like you have to keep refreshing.
Granted, we haven't used it in a while. Maybe they fixed that already. I don't know.
They haven't fixed it. Okay. They haven't fixed it. They want to make it look even worse so that when the new shit comes in, you're like, oh, look, it's refreshing on its own. Like what the fuck? This is amazing.
So, yeah, we'll have to see, because I want to see if Twitch is going to, like, what if they make their own YouTube? You know, like something like make their VODs more accessible, because I think that's one of the big things on Twitch that, you know, people don't catch the live stream.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they go on YouTube.
That's why they go on YouTube
to watch the live stream that already happened.
Yeah, it's gonna get brutal and bloody, and don't underestimate evil Google, because they're one of them.
Wow.
No, you know, it's
who makes your paychecks? Like, I just want to make sure.
Hey, bro. Hey, look, Google, keep paying me my money, please. No, because Google, you know how their logo, their motto for their company is "Don't be evil," because when they started, of course, they were small, just like everybody else, and they hated evil corporations. Oh, the irony! Oh, the irony! And you cannot underestimate, like, the people at Google who run Google are some of the most spiteful, corporate, like, people on earth, dude. And that's why they did Google Plus, because they offered Facebook a Godfather offer to buy Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg spit in their face and said,
"Oh, and then we can't forget, you know, speaking of that, the whole Twitch, Amazon, Google thing."
Exactly. Google wanted to buy Twitch.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that, guys. Google wanted to buy Twitch for $1 billion, and they're getting so much negative feedback. We don't know why it happened. Okay, we don't know. We're speculating. It
was Google Plus. People were like, no,
I don't want Google Plus.
Twitch.
Come on. Yeah, we're speculating, but you imagine, we talked about this, is Twitch was scared off by all the negative feedback that people were like, no, don't sell yourself to Google. They're going to ruin everything. So then they, at the last minute, we had almost heard confirmations that they had already sold Twitch to Google for $1 billion. And then all of a sudden, like a couple days later, Amazon bought Twitch for like 980 or 970 million, something like that. And everybody was like, what? Like, that's Amazon. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
And everyone was like, yeah, you guys, didn't you know? Like, everyone like kind of backtracked what they said.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we never were talking to Google at all. Like, as they're like burning the contracts. Like, so I guarantee you, Google is pissed.
Yeah, but hopefully it doesn't turn out like Google Plus.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that they learned from Google Plus. You know, the thing is, I wouldn't mind having a great YouTube streaming service, because it'd just be easy to connect to everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Just as long as you don't push it on people, it's fine. Like, Google Plus wasn't bad for YouTube. It's just people just get scared away and they get pissed off and then they leave. But when you actually use it, it was just like, what? It's just whatever. It's just you just log into your Gmail and then that was it. Everything was already connected for you. You know?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. You know, we'll see how it happens.
So, all right. So, moving on to actual gaming kind of news.
Yes.
Something really cool, which is a game I haven't played just because it was kind of old. Wasn't really. I didn't have a system to play it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic 2.
Yeah, which came out on the Xbox. It was an Xbox exclusive. Well, console exclusive.
Right, and then it came to PC.
Yeah, it was on PC too, but it was a console exclusive. Oh. Yeah, it was on PC.
Mm-hmm. But it's been, what, 10 years?
It's about 10 years, bro.
10 years.
2005.
And did you know it got an update?
He got an update.
It was awesome.
And what is it? What did this update have?
It was a pretty big update, too.
A 10-year
4
gap.
Gig? Was it 4 gigs? I don't know. Whatever. It was a big update. It added things like the resolution, which not a huge thing. I mean, the game doesn't look that much great.
Yeah.
You know, the graphics weren't great.
Well, I mean, if you saw the Xbox version, it looks a lot. But I know what you're saying. It doesn't look like it was made in this generation.
Witcher, Dragon Age, BioWare game. You know? It's still, granted, it was BioWare kind of.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like up to our standards, I guess, nowadays.
Yeah.
But they did add 5K resolution.
5K? I didn't even heard of that.
Like, I wonder if that was just a misprint on the site.
I actually read it, the whole thing, just to see that, because I was like, wait, there's more than 4K? Because I don't even know. Like, I was like, I thought
we don't have a core 4K monitor.
Yeah, I'm still on 1080p, bro. Like, I'm not even on 4K.
I just got a 1080p, and then there's 4K. Now there's 5K.
Yeah, you guys are going way too fast.
I have to stop my Amazon order for the 4K monitor and buy the 5K.
Wait, there's 5K? You didn't tell me.
But yeah, so that so there was a game. It was made by Obsidian. The original one, part 1, was made by BioWare.
Yeah.
But this is just one of those interesting things. Like, why do it now?
Why do it now? That's
because when I read it, I thought it was for the Old Republic, which is BioWare's online spiritual successor,
which came out like 2009 or 2011.
But it's still going, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and they're actually working.
I was like, oh, what? When you told me this, I was like, so?
Who cares?
Like, it's just an update for a game that's still going. What are you talking about? Like, why do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, like, no, bro. This game came out 10 years ago.
He's like, no, not the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic. I was like, oh, shit. Like, it just didn't click.
Well, I thought this was interesting for several reasons. Because, number one, I was like, okay, why did they do it now? So let's break that down. Do you think they did that because they have another Knights of the Old Republic in the works, or this is a way to kind of just build a little buzz or something? Because, you know, for the movie too, for
Battlefront,
it could be, but yeah, I guess I wonder who controls the update, because
I assume it's Obsidian,
right? But I guess they had to pay them a lot to do it. Like
BioWare and Obsidian are under EA.
Yeah,
EA is making Battlefront.
Yes.
Right? So that just brings up the question, like, so who did this? I'm assuming it was EA, obviously, because they work with all those 3 companies.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that okayed this. So does that mean we're getting a part 3 to this? Who's making it?
Yeah.
Because the first one was BioWare. The second one was Obsidian. Are they going to bring in a new person?
Yeah. And I was thinking, it can't be BioWare. I mean, maybe it can, but they're working on Mass Effect 4. And they're finishing up their new expansion, which I think is their final expansion for the Old Republic, which is what you were just saying, Knights of the Fallen Empire.
And I'm assuming they're still working on whatever they have left for Dragon Age.
Yeah. If they're working on the next one. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of stuff to be working on at once. I can't see, like, Knights of the Old Republic it's a classic. Like, people love that game. People psychotically love that game.
I haven't, like I said, I haven't played it, but when we talked about it, I saw that there's a sale on Steam for the second one. Yeah. So I was like, it has controller support now. Might as well just buy it.
That's the other thing that they added, and like that's something that's huge too, because I have my PC and I like playing games on the PC.
The $200 fucking keyboard there. The $100 mouse.
It's for good typing. No, it's for
no
typing.
Gaming on that computer.
It's for
except
good typing.
Telltale games. Every other game we use your
Rocket League, bro. No, I know, but not with the mouse and keyboard. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just like, I'm sorry, I'm just not a mouse and keyboard guy unless it's real-time strategy. That's the only thing that I ever learned how to play on there. So yeah, that's a huge deal too, because there's a lot of people like me. I know there's a lot of people like me who recently like, okay, I love playing on my PC, and now all games have control. A
lot of games, yeah. There's still some that just their PC game.
Yeah, well, I mean, like real-time strategy, you can't put
unless
on
you want to make it Halo Wars or something.
Yeah,
like obviously dumbed down to make it easier for your hands.
Yeah,
because there's no way you can press all the button combinations on your fucking controller.
Halo Wars, man, it's just a lost opportunity. Put it on the mouse and keyboard.
Microsoft owns Windows. They own Halo. They should have just done it.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, there's a lot of players like me who would love to play all like Batman or Assassin's Creed. The bad examples is they're both fucked up on release. But either way, once they're working, they look the best on the PC. Yeah. Gamepad. All the old games didn't, like majority of them didn't have that. They didn't have that support, and like a lot of those, we were trying to play Battlefront, and you can You can put the controller on it, but it sucks. Like it's built for the mouse and keyboard. You know what I mean? Like, so that's another huge update part of it. But anyways, point was back to the point was, are they gonna make a part 3? Is that why they did this? Do you think they're making a part 3? Yes or no?
I don't know if they're working on part 3 for the game, but I think they're working something in that universe.
Okay, that would make sense.
And it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Obsidian, BioWare for sure, like we said.
Yeah.
And probably maybe not Obsidian. Maybe they're gonna get someone else to do it.
Yeah, EA could do it. I mean, they can hire anybody.
We mentioned someone last week. God, that would have been a good choice. Because they've been working on games with them recently.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But anyways, that was.
And then I didn't think Obsidian would be the best because they haven't really done anything.
The last game they did was that I remember was the Stick of Truth.
Yeah,
great game,
but something that's not like it is an in-depth RPG, but as far as like graphics, that's the thing. Like if they make a new Knights of the Old Republic, the graphics have to be amazing.
Yeah.
And I think when you have amazing graphics, that's like another 200 people on your team.
Just drawing the fucking. You see that freckle right there? Make sure it's perfect. But no one will see it. Make sure
it's
that
perfect.
Freckle is good.
Yeah, it's a big deal, dude. It's adding a lot of people to your team. So I don't know. Recently, they just been doing like a bunch of small scale games, other than like Stick of Truth. So I don't see them doing it. My second question is, why don't more games do this? Because just like you said, it kind of made you like, oh, I want to buy it now. Like,
one, they don't have the money.
Okay.
Right. And they also don't have a movie that will automatically advertise.
Or they don't have the franchise.
Yeah, they don't have the franchise. Like, you know, like they don't.
That's true.
You know, Mega Man is dead in the water. Great franchise. Someone had to bring it back from the depths of hell. Yeah. You know, to be able to bring it back, and it can't even bring it back as Mega Man.
That's true. That's true. There has to be some candidates out there though. I just can't think of any.
No, yeah, exactly.
See, like I love like the old Command and Conquers.
Right.
And they haven't made them. They're not making them anymore. So I was like, what if they just like updated it? If they updated Red Alert 2? I guess there's not enough of big of a fan base for it.
I mean, there might be a big enough fan base, but like I'm saying, like, okay, if the movie for Star Wars wasn't coming out, I don't think Battlefront would be coming out this year.
Yeah, they would take their time more.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, it's tied in. They cannot delay that game.
Disney milking, you know, as sad it is. I mean, it's not. I'm not even saying it in a bad way because I'm hoping all these games are going to be good. Yeah. It's one of those things like you hate using the word milking, but you know that's what they're doing. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, God, I want that to be good. Yeah. Because like I really wanted like the Jurassic World to be good, and I liked it. Yeah. But like all these stuff is like sometimes you know people are like just let it die, you know. But I'm like, I wouldn't mind seeing the new one.
And we love it so much, then why let it die?
Yeah. You know? So you know this is the. So, you know,
or it's EA. I mean, who knows how the contracts work, but it's EA milking Star Wars.
Yeah, but it's just kind of weird that it's, you know, they're all like everything's happening right around the time, like all like they're all milking it, you know. Yeah. But they're milking, like they came together and were like, we're gonna milk it. Right now.
And good for them because they're gonna make. I was just little side note before we get to the last story. I was reading on IGN. They were saying that the pre-orders were fucking amazing for Battlefront.
And that's the thing, like honestly, like I was so turned off when I heard about no single player. Story, I guess, not single player because I guess there's horde mode and stuff that you can do.
No campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. Which is very disappointing. I'm sure they're gonna have little story things for the modes you play, but that was just kind of like.
Because if any game ever deserves a fucking campaign, it's a Star Wars game. You have the richest lore probably in of any franchise out there, other than maybe like Star Trek or something, and Lord of the Rings. Like, there's no way it shouldn't have a campaign. And why do they do that? Well, because they need to release the game on time.
Yeah, maybe they'll come out with like not Battlefront, but it's gonna have the story that should have been in Battlefront as its own game.
Yeah. So sad, bro. So sad. But like you said, either way, we want it to be good. Mm-hmm. And then they also.
And I played it at E3. I don't think you got a chance.
No, I didn't. But
it felt cool.
It looked good. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not gonna say it didn't. It did look good. And they asked one of the EA execs like, "Is there a possibility that it's gonna be delayed?" And he said, "Absolutely not. That is not gonna happen." And
there's a gun to our head.
No, it doesn't matter if that game it completely doesn't work. Like if you you can't even launch the game. They're selling the game on November, whatever the day it comes
just
out.
like Batman on PC.
Yeah, like it's coming out no matter what, and like
then they'll figure out.
Yeah, then we'll fix it, and you guys will be mad at us, but then you'll play once we fix it.
And we will.
Losers. All right, last story.
Yes.
Yes.
So another kind of like in the similar thing of like older games.
Yeah.
Capcom, someone made a remake of. It was a fan remake.
As a fan, yeah. So there's a fan remake out there of Resident Evil 2. Not a complete remake, but
yeah, because I mean it's kind of like they were just. It was probably like a pitch idea.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know. Do you know how many people worked on it?
No, I didn't get the
because I don't know if you remember the story we talked about a long time ago. Was the guys that were
Majora's Mask.
They were not. It wasn't a remake. It was they were remastering.
They were remastering it, and it looked good too.
Yeah.
And then of course, like a couple months later, whoa, Majora's Mask on the 3DS. Like, oh fuck, yeah. And you know those guys will get. They'll put the injunction down, like they'll bring the hammer down whenever the fuck they want to.
Yeah.
Like, but this one was different because there's been a lot of stories like this before, and of course the company always brings the hammer down and just like, yeah, you're not releasing that game or you're gonna stop making
something
it.
interesting like DayZ. It was a mod of Arma 2. Gary's mod, not Gary's mod. Was it CS:GO? Was CS:GO the mod of like Half-Life, right?
Yeah.
And they made that into a game. Dota.
Yeah.
Mod of Warcraft, I think.
Yeah, Warcraft.
And they made it into a game.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So this is the similar like to one of those stories instead of one of the ones like we're trying to make something we love. Will you like it? Nope.
Yeah.
This one's like, all right, let's see how this goes. Because Capcom, I think they haven't been doing so well.
Yeah, they've been they needed somebody to fund them to make Street Fighter 5, so I guess
one of their greatest franchises.
Yeah, they don't have the money to make that apparently. What the fuck? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean those stories were different because they're mods. True. So they're different. So this one is like a remake of Resident Evil 2 and it looked good. They have video out there and the thing is they didn't just remake it, like add textures, like the way they kind of do remasters now. Like they completely changed the perspective. They kind of made it like a Resident Evil 4 behind the back, third person perspective. Because you know, back in the old ones, like when
it was a fixed camera when you walk into a room.
Yeah, it was a fixed camera, and then it was like a weird angle.
How did we ever play games like that, dude? Like it's one of those things. Same thing with graphics. Is like, I can't see graphics getting better now.
Yeah,
but they will.
They will.
And then graphics now will look like shit. It's just like how would not like I can understand pixel graphics looking like shit, but I'm sure like 5-10 years from now, a game like what's a really good looking game right now that I can't think of. Fucking let's say like Witcher 3 looks amazing.
Yeah.
What if like in 10 years there's a game that's just like it is just real people,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think, and I don't even know if that would be fun.
I don't know if it would be fun, but I'm sure like graphics are gonna be getting like that.
Yeah.
Like they have to keep going. They're not gonna stop.
They have to keep getting more and more photo. I guess what they can do is just keep making the worlds more and more complex, and that's how they'll branch out. Where it's like, okay, now it looks like the most amazing ever. Now we can make the worlds even like bigger.
That's true.
I think that would be the next step. But yeah, so they're doing this remake, and so Capcom did something interesting in that they said instead of bringing the hammer down right away, which they will, they'll bring the hammer down.
And
don't worry.
Hopefully hire these guys.
Yeah,
to help out at least.
So like this is the interesting thing is that on their Facebook, they posted something saying like, how do you guys our fans feel about this like remake? Like, what are your honest thoughts about it? And supposedly they already had like 6,000 comments on it. I'm sure a lot of people were like, yeah, it looks good. Okay, it looks really good, and it's a cool twist on just like this is an actual remake. It's not just like let's add 8 HD textures and make the frame rate 60.
I think they learned their lesson when Inafune made Mighty Number 9 though. Because like people have been wanting Mega Man for a while, I think.
Yeah.
And then Inafune, when he left, he's like, "Do you guys want Mega Man?" And he's like, "Here's $1 million."
Yeah. Here's $9 million plus we'll get the money when we sell it too.
Yeah.
Like Capcom's like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, dude. And
messed up.
And they did Resident Evil HD, which was like It was a remake to Part 1. They just released that, and that sold over 1 million copies, which is a lot.
There's a fan base there.
There is a fan base. And Resident Evil 2 is way better than Part 1. Okay?
It's honest, me, I never really played. I played 4. That's the one I played the most.
Take my word for it, bro.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Part 2 is way better than Part 1, in my opinion. And why wouldn't they remake it? You know, but here's the question. Why did they put that post out on Facebook? Why didn't they just drop the hammer and it's like, all right, we're going to remake it ourselves? Is that a way? Are they just trying to piggyback on...
Something interesting that I just remembered right now. There was a Mega Man Cross Street Fighter. I don't know if you saw that, ever played it.
No.
It was a fan-made game. It was Mega Man, but all the bosses... It was one of the 8-bit Mega Man side-scrollers. Yeah. And all the bosses were Street Fighter characters.
Okay, that's sick.
It was a fan game that kind of like Capcom acknowledged and kind of helped release, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I never heard of it.
Yeah, if I'm not, I think it was for the Capcom.
Capcom helped release this game.
Or something. They promoted it because I remember it was Capcom Cup or something, 25th anniversary. Yeah. And that's when that came out.
Okay. So there is a history where they might actually support it. Because my question is, if these guys are good and they've done a good job
with what they have,
why not?
They have a studio behind them.
Why not just, dude? My mind has just been blown right now because I don't know if this is what you meant, but if I were a company, why not hire like some bullshit guys to be like, oh, we're remaking this game or whatever. Oh. Okay, viral marketing campaign. The ideas, we have them. We just need people to listen. Okay, dude, this would be amazing. What if Capcom hired these guys? And these are actual, like, a studio or whatever, people, professional guys who just, like, are just pretend to be fans, but actually remake the game or whatever.
Like, they're, like, a bunch of nobodies that have worked in the business.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, but they're really, like, they know what the fuck they're doing. They remake the game or whatever, and then, like, Capcom's, like, nice guy Capcom's, like, you know what? These guys did a really good job. We're going to pay them for their work, and we're going to release their game. Wouldn't that just give them like 10,000 fucking karma point, like positive karma points?
Where is that? Is that Reddit? Is that
like I don't know, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, that would be fucking ingenious. Like if they did,
we just ruined their plan. Now everyone will know. Everyone in the world will now know.
Spread this, please. No, dude, that would be amazing. If I were a company, I would do that with all my old school games.
And it's one of those things like. I don't really like. I wish more companies would just piggyback off this, you know, because there's so many things like this that happen. It's like like
every month.
Yeah, fan made stuff is like just there's people there. Do something with it.
Yeah,
free advertisement or whatever. Maybe you paid them off. You know, like maybe you paid prior, but still it's there. Do something with it.
Some of the and especially, dude, I think it's honestly a lot of the Japanese companies don't embrace their fans in the same way. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what, but
you haven't played Project M yet, have you?
No.
Melee,
No. The Melee mod for Brawl.
I recently saw them. They recreated Ridley. Like a Ridley playable character.
Ridley as from Alien?
No, I'm sorry. Fuck, what's the name? I completely forgot the name. From Samus.
From
Metroid.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot. Is it Ridley? No. The dragon.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember the fucking name.
Oh, fuck, I can't. But anyways, they remade it, and like they made it its own character with its own movesets and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
And Nintendo won't embrace that at all. Not. Never. No, they haven't, and they won't. They won't.
Yeah, it's a mod to their game, which makes their game a lot better.
And yet, the most successful games on YouTube and end result in the world and like just money wise are games that allow mods and like the big GTA, like they have so many. You can mod
Minecraft,
Skyrim, yes, Minecraft, exactly. Like
you can do anything in Minecraft. It is a mod.
Like, it is a mod.
It's just a modding platform.
Exactly, but like these games, like I think of GTA especially, and I guess Halo, in a sense, you can't mod, but it did give you like the forge tools and the customization tools, and like when they embrace the fans, they push it forward. Like they push it forward, and it seems like they don't embrace these things. They push them aside because they're not made by professionals or whatever. But if they can harness that full power, there's so many people who are willing to be part of it and who can do great work. Man, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
If Capcom actually,
like, I need you to play fucking Project M just so you can see the little things they added to some of the characters. You're like, dude, like this is amazing.
This game is so much better than fucking slow ass Brawl.
No, not even just that. Just like just the things they added. Like some of the characters have like just different moves that like you're like, yes, this makes them unique. Yeah. Like Ganondorf's taunt, instead of having, you know, his Warlock punch, he has a chargeable taunt that he uses as an attack, and he brings out the sword that he has as his taunt, but he never uses.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's just like,
so he actually uses the sword.
Yeah, he actually has the sword for use. You know,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
And that's something that, you know, it's not nowhere in Brawl.
Yeah.
You know, they have to add this themselves.
A lot of work. But yeah, so Capcom, do you think they're gonna? What is this about? Are they just piggybacking off the? Do they have? I think they had it planned.
Probably. I think what's it called? The recent remake of Devil May Cry did very well.
Yeah, and like I said, Resident Evil HD did well.
Yes, so I think they're one using this as more like a you know, just piggyback, launching, stepping stone, whatever you want to call it. But maybe they are gonna do something with.
Like they probably had their own Resident Evil 2 HD plan already. It's probably exactly how the first one is.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're looking at this, they're like, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And then that would be bad if. Because it's gonna be the same thing. The fixed cameras, not that it's bad, but okay, the fixed cameras and shit.
Or what if they have like two modes, like one with the free cam and then one with the fixed cam? Like they have like on the screen original.
Yeah.
You know, and then
that'd be sick.
That'd be sick as hell.
That'd be
because I'm sure some people would love to play it the original way.
Yeah, no, of course. I saw a couple people comment on like the video for the fan remake. They're like, oh no, this is not what it's supposed to be.
But then all the new people that haven't played that game are like, oh, dude, this game would look sick like that.
Yeah, this game.
And then they might even try the original and just be like, oh, this sucks, but still.
Yeah, but I tried it. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what Capcom does. I'll be very surprised if they don't drop the hammer.
If they drop the hammer?
If they don't, I'll be surprised if they don't do it. Like,
so you think they are gonna stop?
They're gonna stop them, and I think that
okay,
maybe this is the nice way to do it instead of just.
All right. I don't think they're gonna stop it. I mean, I think they're gonna stop their game and kind of, you know, like they are gonna stop that, but I think they're gonna do something with it though. Like
okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, but like you're right. I don't think they could allow like something like that. It's like we're a huge studio, you're not.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. It's our game, our franchise, our brand.
We need to look good, not you.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but maybe they are realizing, like you said, that they have like Mega Man and stuff. They have these franchises that there's a large fan base. Take advantage. Be creative with it.
Yeah, just don't do what Sonic has been doing.
God. Sega reported like a $400 million loss or something like that. Like,
well, what they had the game plus the show and the game wasn't finished. That's a real game that wasn't done. Battlefront is gonna not work, whatever, but the game is gonna be there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be somewhere there.
Yeah.
So Sonic Boom, you could play.
Yeah.
But you don't want to play.
Yeah.
Unless you're a little kid, obviously.
That's so sad, bro. It's Sonic. You were my best friend when I was a kid. Now it's just like...
yeah, my first console system was a Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
That was my first system.
It wasn't my first, but it was when I was actually old enough to like play a fucking game like Sonic.
Maybe someone will make a fan-made real good 3D Sonic game.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that'd be awesome. Dude, like Sonic Adventure was amazing. The one that was on the Dreamcast.
I really haven't played any that aren't 2D.
Okay, well, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were both really good. Both made by like Team Sega. Like that was what they needed to bring the Dreamcast, and it was good. Okay. After that,
so Capcom just doesn't need to do that. They just need to make it good.
Capcom just needs to embrace their fans and stop pushing them away. Obviously, there is a large fan base for Mighty Number 9. It was there the whole time, and it had to take somebody to actually just be like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do this. You know, and
they're doing it.
Maybe they'll learn now. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us on this week's podcast. We'll be back next week. Regular schedule.
We have technical difficulties, scheduling.
Hopefully not, guys. Hopefully not.
We won't.
Hopefully not. But we'll be back next week. Same time, same bat place, same bat channel. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.